name's Derrick Josi. I am a fourth generation dairy farmer in Tillamook, Oregon. There is no typical day in farming, but typical day I get up and I'm at work at 3 a.m. I talking with my dad while we push in first set of cows and clean the first set of barns. Then I jump in my feed truck and load, feed cows, get home between 8 and 9 for breakfast, spend time with the family, hopefully get a little nap in, and then I go back to work and kind of repeat the same routine 7 days a week, 365 days a year, unless my wife and I sneak off on a vacation. We try and do that yearly. I know, it's shocking that we would take a little bit of time off every year. My great-grandpa purchased this farm, actually started leasing this farm in 1918. And actually on this house, there's a piece of wood where him and his wife carved their name and wrote 1918 on it. And when they redid this house, they kept that piece of wood, and it's on a wall in this house.
So you're the fourth generation?
I am fourth generation, yes.
Does that have a kind of different weight than if you were a first time generation?
Oh, of course. You know, there's the old saying, first generation builds it, second generation maintains it, and the third generation loses it. Well, my dad did not lose it. I'm fourth generation. The fear that I will be the one that loses the family farm, I think every generation that weight gets heavier. I hope that future generations realize that it's okay to go against the grain or not just do things the same way we've always done it, and to look for the ways that we can do better, just as past generations have. I mean, we don't farm the same as we did in the 40s, and so I hope if they take anything away from what I do, that it's okay to be different and not be a typical farmer.
Good evening, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? Tonight's going to be a fun live. He's running a little bit behind, but we're going to have Derrick Josi with us tonight. And of course, we might have somebody else show up that we all dearly care for and love. But how are you guys doing tonight? It has been a unique, it has definitely been a unique day today. We've been, like I said, we're trying to get everything ready, and not everything goes as you want it to go, but it's there. We are, Derrick Josi runs TDF Honest Farming. They're a family-run farm in Tillamook, Oregon. They produce the dairy cream. I guess that'd be the best way to say it. Dairy cream, dairy for cheese, Tillamook cheese. It's definitely, it's going to be a fun night tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be an interesting night. You guys, I'm glad you guys joined us. Real quick while we're here, let's just hold on just a second. Let me text. Oh, here he comes right here. Derrick Josi, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Farm life.
It's okay. It's one of those days. We know how it goes.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm here. So, hey, I made it. I told you 5 was a rough time for me, but I made it, kind of.
Roughly how many head do you guys actually have that you're milking every day?
A little over 500 at the moment.
And that is a handful.
Yeah, a couple handfuls.
I'm gonna tell you, I love, and so does everybody else. And your videos are too. By the way, I decided to wear I got this one. Make
There we
America
go.
Great. You know, everybody loves your videos. Tell us what got you started with doing the videos?
Oh, it's just a progression. I started out just posting and writing blog posts just like everybody else, but I'm most comfortable just talking to my phone. I hate having to type things out. I do everything with my cell phone. So, writing a long, drawn out explanation for something is just not something you want to do on a cell phone. So, video just kind of came natural to me over a short progression of time.
And you know, it at you've been attacked from every front, and you've always seemed to be the level-headed side, and you've always beat them at their own game, and that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sarcastic by nature, and so if somebody comes at me, I'm more likely to just roast them and go about my day. I mean, why am I going to let some random person that lives in their parents' basement affect my day? I'm just going to call it like I see it and keep moving.
Exactly. It is, I love there are specific things. Your annual safety meeting always goes so well.
Yeah. I don't know if it's more like quarterly or maybe biannually. It's whenever there's something I feel like I need to talk about. I mean, I should probably repost the vaccine one just so I can get a vaccine notification from Facebook and get in trouble. But yeah, it's a it's a wild ride, that's for sure. But I enjoy it.
Oh yeah, and I love watching how the girls react. I mean, a lot of people don't realize. Now we had Randy Roker on here a while back, but a lot of people don't realize those animals are your family. I mean, they're
Yeah.
your livelihood.
Yeah, but let's make it very clear. I don't send my family to slaughter at the end of their life, so there is a little bit of a difference. I don't eat my family.
Well, now that's true.
Yeah, so they're closer to me than most people are. That's for
Yeah,
dang sure.
and that's something that people don't realize. You know, they don't realize that you have to go through every day what you go through with these animals, and they really are. You know, people don't realize that they're your business. They're
Hmm.
not mistreated.
No, I mean a mistreated animal is not going to pay the bills. So
No,
you're either blasted for wanting to make a profit or accused of being an animal abuser. You can't really be both of those things because if you're going to abuse the animal, you're not going to make a profit. So I can be one or the other, but I can't be both. And I
right.
gladly take the accusation that I want profit because, I do have bills and I have to be able to feed those cows. So,
And you want
sure.
to be able to eat along the way.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, and
And support my
it's
family and my employees. So it's somewhere in there, it's been lost to the general public that farmers actually have to make a living too. We're not just out here growing crops because, we love what we do, but you still have to pay for all the stuff you need to farm. And that's lost on them. It's just,
yeah.
everybody thinks it's sunshine and rainbows and Disney fantasy land where everything is just perfect all the time.
And they blame you for the cost of the cheese.
Yeah, yeah,
They don't realize what you make is cents on the dollar compared to what the cheese sells for or what the
right.
milk products sell for.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. Look who just showed up. You're going to love this one. Hello, Kelly. Derrick, Josie, have you ever met Kelly Griggs?
Yes.
Yes, I know Kelly.
Wait, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, now, wait a minute, Kelly. Do you
That
really
depends on
want
who
my
you're talking
opinion?
Yeah, depends on who you're talking to.
But Derek, it's just like, and I know you got upset about it the other day. My kids have done the same thing. Your daughter playing out in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
We've all done it. My son has shown for years. I've got pictures of him with his steer laying on top of him, and people criticized because the steer was on top of him.
Yeah. You just can't win for trying sometimes.
No,
Some
you
people.
can't. You can't. And his steer is funny because his steer would Facebook with him. I've never in my life seen an animal that would sit down when he was Facebooking and would come over and lay down with him and watch his phone. He would turn his head like this and watch his phone. And I was like, well, okay, I guess so. But
yeah, they're strange creatures.
now you guys produce how much what does it take to produce the cream for the cheese?
I'm not sure if I understand that question. I know that my girls, for every 100 pounds of milk we produce a little over 11 pounds of cheese. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So with jerseys, I mean, I know there's some herds that are up into the 12 or 13 pounds of cheese per 100 pounds of milk. Holsteins, they're somewhere in the 9 to 10 range. So it's farm specific in what you're getting for butterfat and protein. So.
And your butterfat and your protein is a big deal as far as what you guys are going through.
Yeah. Yeah. They pay the bills.
Yeah. I mean, it is. Now you start in your video. I know, and I see you do lives in the morning. So you start at 3 a.m. and you go, what's your average day? What time do you average get done?
I'm usually home by 5:30, 6 o'clock at the latest. And I do have a nice chunk of change time in the middle of the day where I'm with the family. So I can't really complain. It's a long day. I mean, I've got 6 hours in before I get to breakfast, which is, I've almost got a full day's work in before most people are walking out the door.
That's what I was fixing to say, because you're coming in for breakfast by 9, but you've already been 6 hours. You've already fed, milked. You've done.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to live.
And you don't get vacations unless you sneak off.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm sneaking off, because if I snuck off, the cows wouldn't get fed. So it's a scheduled vacation.
Hey, we know somebody that we can send to help you. We'll send Robert and we'll send Carter.
Yes, please.
There we go.
Actually, Carter would probably be better to babysit the girls. He absolutely loves kids. Like, he's all about the kids. He'd probably be like, oh, cows. Okay. Hey, you guys, we go play in a mud puddle. Let's go. He would probably want to hang out with them and teach him how to ride a dirt bike. That's Carter. He'd rather play than actually work right now.
As long as the bolt bin's out of the way, we're good.
Yeah, right. Don't let my child in his accidents. It's awesome.
Well,
now
Reddy's the same way. She's always got bumps and bruises, and yeah, she's everywhere. We can't even contain her right now. She's 3 years, a couple months, and going on 13, and she's gonna run the world someday.
Yeah, but look how she is with the girls. I mean, she's with the cows. She's absolutely. I mean, she's got
better cow sense than most people ever will already. It's nice to see. She is very observant and understands animals better than most people ever will at 3 years old.
And I've also noticed the cows seem to kind of like they're with her, like they just kind of.
Well, she's the anomaly out in their field. They're like, oh, Derrick's out here again. But when she's out there with them, they're like, hey, what's that little creature? We better go see what that is. Yeah,
and she really looks like she has a lot of fun too.
She does. Yeah, and I'm blessed to be able to take her with me a lot. Like yesterday morning, for example, I get a text from Casey, and she's She's like, well, Dylan and Reagan, it was at 5 a.m. Dylan and Reagan have decided that they're awake for the morning. And I go, say no more. I'm gonna get you a coffee. I'll give you bring you a coffee, and I'll grab Reagan. And so, sure enough, 5:45, I swung in, grabbed Reagan, and she came back to work with me.
She is a champ. There's no doubt about that. I love watching, because she just kind of like, okay, when it's feeding time, she just,
Well, and my thing is, I love how you get it's not defensive, but it's an explanation to people who want to say, how could you do that to your daughter? You're torturing your kid, making them ride in a tractor for 6 to 7 hours a day. And these people don't understand that these kids want to be in the tractor with us. And they want to be out there and they want to be with mom and dad because sometimes that's the only quality time we can have. And on top of that, we're showing them that this is a farm family. We're showing them the ropes and they're learning everything safety wise. Well, not my son so much, but still.
But we try. We try to teach them safety.
And that's
I'm sure our parents tried the same way, though. And I mean, there's only one reason my middle finger, the tip is gone on this hand, and it's not because my parents didn't tell me to be safe and be careful. No, it's because I thought I could do something a little quicker if I did it a little different, and sure enough, it was really quick when I was in the emergency room with a finger that was cut off.
I did the same thing with that one. John Deere 544 spring loaded fuel cap got me in a blizzard. I was trying to fuel up. I was taking a shortcut, gonna fuel up and hit the road running, and that sucker snapped down. When I pulled my glove off, my finger goes boing, and like, uh-oh.
Yeah, mine was on it's a New Holland, I can't remember the numbers, but a green chopper, and I was greasing it, and I didn't have the PTO hooked up, and the blower, I was spinning it to get to a grease zerk, and the blades underneath flipped over, which made the weight go the wrong way, and it just got it.
Ow!
Yeah, it was no fun. Actually, I kind of looked at my finger and was like, I guess that just happened.
Well, Kelly's son Carter has beat us all. Hands down, he has beat us all.
And he's only 13, so I need everybody to pray for me.
He came in the shop on. How did he do that on his dirt bike?
He whiskey throttled it after we told him he couldn't be riding around the shop. Matt and I were just, I think he was out somewhere. I was walking back up to the house. We had a 12-hour day. And then he's like, can I ride my bike around the shop? I'm like, yeah, but not around the shop. Well, the minute I turned my back,
he rode through the shop.
But he missed like the bench press. He missed the hydraulic press. He missed the sprayer and instead slams into the bolt bin and destroys it. So, yeah. Good time. Kids. But, and the thing is, and that's why I wanted to come on and ask you questions is I get a lot of people that ask me, why would you put your whole life on social media for everyone to judge you? And my thing is, they're going to judge you regardless. But, they're like, aren't you afraid of EPA coming after you? Aren't you afraid of Child Protection Services? Aren't you afraid? No, I'm not. Because you can't be afraid of that. And I have a lot of friends.
No, you can't. It's.
Oh, God bless, help me, Fortnite.
Did you freeze on?
Fortnite.
And that is something. Uh-oh.
Did we freeze up?
Oh, Robert, you're in trouble. No, my question is, okay, so I have a friend who's in Derry and they're a 7th generation farm. And they would like to put on how their, parents came over from Sweden and they started this farm and they're in Wisconsin. And I know exactly where their cheese goes to or their milk goes to make cheese. And so when I met her on Facebook and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, I literally sought out to make sure that I bought their, milk that went to that company. So, but she's scared to even promote anything on Facebook or social media with showing the cows because they're old school. They have an old school parlor. I mean, they're still hand milking every single day. And she's like, what if they come after me? What if they do this? And I'm like, do you know Derrick? Have you seen his Facebook? If you don't do that, they don't know how to support a family farm.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, if it wasn't for finding you on social media, I wouldn't have learned about how cheese is made, where your exact milk goes to make that. And I never would have sought out to buy it. And by the way, it's fabulous. Matt will even tell you, I will buy Tillamook cheese. I don't care. It's great because it's not only that, but it's showing the consumers that you are actually having a personal relationship with that farmer by seeking out where they can purchase their products.
Yeah, social media is not for everybody, though. I mean, there is a lot of viciousness on there, and I get farmers that are like, "Oh, why would I even put myself into that position?" So I know everybody thinks they want or should be online, but you know what? If you're not comfortable doing it, don't. I mean, there's other ways to go about it, getting your products out, and they could do tours on farms because I'm sure they're just going to local areas. I don't know. There's no one right answer to this dilemma called social media. So, uh, and some farmers do it completely different. They only show the sunny side of farming, and if that's what you want to do, I don't judge people for wanting to be that way. It's I get not wanting to talk about the hard issues, so it's just a personal choice. So
But for me
there's
personally,
always some idiot like me that's
doesn't care. But that's the thing that a lot of people will tell me is, I'm grateful for you being authentic and showing the bad side, not just being all colorful roses and, hey, look at me. It's, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look at me do my hair and take a picture by the tractor. Have you seen what I look like on a bad day and a good day? It's kind of the same. So,
Well, I mean, that's how we started farm life. We were told we were too dysfunctional to be on other groups. That nobody wanted to see you in the field screaming at each other, trying to change a bearing on a combine. And I mean, we did a live one day, and we were told that we were just too dysfunctional. We were changing a hot bearing on a combine header, and everybody was mad. It was 100 degrees outside. We were cranky, and they said, "Well, you guys make farming look bad." I said, "No, that's just us."
That's just farming. Sorry, I'm going to start commuting home while I'm on so if it's a little louder, I apologize, but
Oh, you're okay,
I do have
Derrick.
a wife with, yeah, I do have a wife with two youngins at home.
Well, don't feel bad. I just got a text to come pick me up. The truck's down in the field.
well, Matt is out chopping pig
Yeah.
weeds, so I'm glad I'm in this house and not out in 105 chopping pig weeds.
Derrick, what is the
Well,
one thing? What is the one thing you
might have to
enjoy
ask
the
that
most?
again.
What's the one thing you enjoy the most, Derrick, with what you do?
Online or dairy farming in general?
Dairy
I'll actually
farming.
answer both. What I love the most about dairy farming is the fact that I work. This is double-edged sword. The fact that I do work with family and I'm able to put my seatbelt on. That I'm able to bring my kids and have them at work with me. I can't imagine not being able to do that on a regular basis. I only have so many hours before those kids are out of the house, and I no longer have the ability to help mold them into productive members of society. So, as far as online, it would have to be all the interactions. I know people think that, I spend all my time dealing with activists, but they are probably only 1% of the interactions I deal with online. And the rest of them are 99% of the rest of them are positive interactions with people that just love learning about farming. So it's really as nasty as it can be online. Most of it is just amazing.
Well, you
That's
make
all
a
I can say
difference.
about
You
that.
you you inform a lot of people that are uninformed. Basically, you are a good information source for people that really want to know the truth.
Yeah, ignorant people. Everybody thinks ignorant is a bad word, but ignorance just means that you don't know about something. So I'm ignorant to a lot of the things that people that live in large cities go through on a daily basis. And I'll freely admit that I'm ignorant about that. Admitting that you're ignorant is probably a good way to grow as a person because you don't try and voice your opinion on things that you don't know about. Um,
Right,
and if
right.
I can get a little
Uh
Oh,
oh,
he froze up.
he froze.
That's what happens when you're in rural counties, right?
Oh man, Derrick, are you back with us? Nope.
Nope, he froze. He's frozen.
Robert is at Benji and Garrett's at the tobacco field down.
No, that's not good. He may not
Just
survive.
he just got the truck back running today.
He may not survive. He may not survive.
Oh, yeah, he
No,
may be. He definitely may not survive. It may be well, no, he actually does pretty good. It's the truck I'm worried about. It. I may be able to see an orange glow. Uh
when he rolls in.
yes. By the time I get that way, I may see an orange glow because I am afraid, to be honest, that and it's a stupid problem. The truck will run fine. We've changed everything. The truck runs fine, and then boom, it won't start. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah, we know how it goes. Trust me, 100%. We know how it goes.
Well,
He'll have to come back in a few minutes when he gets closer to his house. He's probably I don't know where he's at.
yeah, we just totally lost him.
That's good.
It was a pleasure having Derrick with us. For everybody that watches his videos, he's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, and you know what too is he may have like what is it? It's 50,000 on Instagram and then I don't know, over 200 or 300 on Facebook. And when I usually see those though, and I go in and watch them, there's 90% is people asking questions,
Yes.
wanting to know about it. And like you
You
said,
know,
you got that
here
little percent, but there's it's just like YouTube. Matt does the YouTube and he'll have a few nasty comments, but then there's ones that are genuinely interested and want to ask questions. So,
well, and the thing is, people are getting today where they want to know where their food's coming from.
absolutely. And like I told him, I said, I never would have known to go buy Tillamook cheese if he hadn't put it out there.
Yeah.
It's like
I they are that brand is number one. It's the best cheese out there. But the way they go against, and present everything to people is absolutely awesome.
Oh, and you can tour the whole facility. And I keep saying, man, I need to get out west. I think we need a field trip.
I'm game. I think we ought to put in for a field trip to Tillamook, Oregon.
Yeah, and then we'll go to like a few other places too. Why not?
But we got a few. Let's see. There's some cherry locations. There's some apples. There's
so
wineries.
Much. I'm down for that. Mm-hmm.
Wineries.
Hey, now if you tell Christy there's wineries in Oregon, she can get on the plane with us.
But you know, and one of the things I didn't get a chance to ask Derrick about is there is a proposition up now in Oregon that is a serious proposition, and hopefully I'll be able to get Garrett, Derrick to. I'm looking. Garrett sent me a text message, and I'm
Garrett, yeah.
yeah. Hopefully, I would love to know a little bit more about that because it is an off the wall, extremely off the wall bill, and how anybody would ever think that they would be able to gain anything out of this, whatever you would call it, is crazy.
Too. So you got Oregon, and everybody knows that Portland is the main city, just like you have Illinois.
Yep.
You got Chicago. So everyone knows that it's the one city that is basically running the whole country. You mean the whole country, the whole state. And, you know, look at Illinois. You've got what, 75% of it is all farmland. And then
Okay, so real quick, who has already booked their flight?
that's Christy. It's gotta be.
It's got to be Christy. It's got to be Christy.
You know she's in. She's in like flame. But yeah, it's got to be hard because, you know, just like in Colorado, what were they trying to pass the whole like you couldn't use artificial insemination, but yet Colorado is one of the highest states in the country for beef production. Are you kidding me? All because of one city, Denver. You know, my brother lives there and he lives west, and he's like, you know, the Denver liberals pretty much control the whole entire state, and it's crazy and it's not fair. But
no, it's not.
It's the same thing in Oregon, and I have friends that live there too that tell me, you know, one city is ruining it for the whole state. And
absolutely. And
I don't see how it could go far just because how the Colorado one got shot down. This will be shot down as well if they stick to their guns, you know, because we're better in numbers anyways. So
absolutely.
As many dairies as they have out there and other, you know, farming practices, get together and stand up, because if they're doing it for kids with mass in schools, we can do it to save our farms too. So
absolutely.
It's hard.
Well, I guess I have to go pick up a wayward child in a tobacco field.
Well, a very tired man just walked in the door, and I'm pretty sure he hates August even more now since he's been out chopping pigweed. So
for everyone watching, if you guys, we have a very good member and a very close friend of mine had a grandson born last night at 24 weeks, and they need prayers. They really need prayers. He's got a tough battle to fight for the next few days. So if you guys could just remember them, and he's definitely fighting it. And in the meantime, I guess I got to get out of here and go to the tobacco field.
And I have to go like feed somebody playing Fortnite and get him off of the game. So now he's back in school after his quarantine. So
well, Kelly, I appreciate it tonight. And for all the rest of y'all, you have a great night. We'll see you guys later. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. See y'all.
See y'all.